Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chariot series, myself Critical Rocket, and here we are with the second of the Cougar variant videos. We've got the B. The Cougar B, you can instantly see why it wasn't included in the base package in MechWarrior Online, because it's essentially the adder with a different weapon. Instead of the flamer, it has a single ER medium. Other than that, it has the two ER PPCs. The difference here is that it's got a buttload of extra heatsinks. It has an extra 6 heatsinks to try and keep the ER PPCs under control. And in MechWarrior's world, even that isn't enough, unfortunately, to allow you to reliably fire those PPCs without going over heat too quickly. Firing both of them jacks you up to about 50-odd%, and then firing them individually, yeah. That doesn't diminish the firepower. It's still like the adder. It's very powerful for its weight. It can do a significant amount of damage, and it does have enough speed, though not as much as the adder obviously, to be able to keep up with the rest of the team and not get caught out. That said, in today's world, obviously, this, like going up against things like piranhas and fleas and locusts, it's going to have a tough time. This is one of those light configurations you use to attack bigger mechs alongside other friendly bigger mechs in the hopes that you can wear them down quickly. That said, this was a really fun round. I quite enjoyed this one. This was a fight. I actually felt like there was a battle going on, and I've always enjoyed the adder. So a Cougar variant that comes with dual ER PPCs is a welcome addition. Though personally, out of the two that I've done, I do prefer the alpha version because it's got a little more going on for it. It's a nice fire support build, and I know there's a lot of people out there who hate LRMs. I mean, they think they're trash weapons and all the rest of it, but to some degree, I understand the frustration with LRMs and, mechs that are entirely built around them just being spam boats, and how people view them as being no skill and all the rest of it. I can understand the frustration. If you get caught out on a map and there's just so much LRM fire on you, yeah, your round is over instantly, and it's been no fun for you. It's immense fun for the person dumping missiles on you, but I get it. I know there's a problem with that, of course, and I guess PGI are trying their best to fix it with these LRM changes, though personally I think the LRM changes might actually exacerbate the issue more. The change in the flight path, and I think the early iteration, though that's still in testing, of something like 30% more missiles will hit the sort of center mass, which I think that's just going to kill you quicker. But I don't know how that's going to turn out. I guess we'll have to see what the responses are like from the beta tests and all the rest of it for that change. And who knows, PGI in the past have announced certain changes and then they've reneged on it, or they've changed their plan, or they've abandoned it entirely. We saw that with the weird heat capping thing and the energy draw system and all that stuff, so it could change. I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes from there. This version, I don't know. If you've got an adder, there's no need for this. Frankly, and as I said, I can understand why it was never part of the original package. I don't think people would have paid money for this back when it was first announced as part of a singles pack. So yeah, it was a good call on PGI's part. Thematically, it makes sense that Clan Jade Falcon, after the Refusal War, would retroactively have some of their Cougars run similar builds to the adder, especially for pilots who may have been more familiar with those previous Omni-Mechs that they were using, and now they're using this new one, so it makes sense that you would have something that would fulfill the same role, especially since they may have been short on adders, and with the Cougars they could reconfigure them to work like those previous variants. So yeah, thematically, makes perfect sense. In MechWarrior Online, for builds, it's neither here nor there. You can build this really easily, obviously, off the Prime model. If you're really interested, just get that head Omnipod for the energy, for the ER medium laser. And yeah, the two ER PPCs just go one in each arm. And the heatsinks, I always put the heatsinks in the arms if I can, for for big weapons. It doesn't make any difference in MechWarrior, obviously, where the PPCs are. They could all be in its ass, and it would still dissipate the same amount of heat. But I always put, if I have like lasers, large lasers, that kind of thing in the arms, I always try and put heatsinks in there because, I don't know, it just feels like that's how they would be positions, because it's a high heat weapon, so the heatsink will more rapidly dissipate the heat. Makes zero difference. I don't know, it's just how I build them. So I put, like, I think it was 2 in each arm and 1 in each side torso, or at least 1 in each arm, and then the side torsos, and then 1 in the, or 2 in one of the side torsos, 1 in each arm, that kind of thing. I had 6 in there anyway, 6 bonus ones. You don't really need to mess with the armor on the Cougar. Generally it works quite well. pretty straightforward armor setup. It's already near max armor when you buy it anyway, so, and being an Omni-Mech, there's not a lot you can do with the armor configuration other than reduce it by putting in bigger weaponry, or you can increase it by dropping some weapons, and that's about it. So yeah, I think this round is about to end. I think there's a big old poop drop moment for me because I've got bright red right torso, and my other side torso got blown off by a I think it was a heavy Gauss Fafnir. That guy was accurate. There we go. You have been destroyed. And yeah, pretty much ends up. But 12-7. It was a good fight. It was a fun round. So yeah, that's why I'm keeping this one. And yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. That'll be near the end of this one. Hope you have a good week. Next week I'll be doing the Jenna 2Cs if there are any variants, and if not, that will be jumping to the first of the clan medium mech, so probably like the Ice Ferret if there are any variants to build from that. Until then, have a good one all, thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye!